Are you spending a lot of time, money, and energy on your social media marketing campaigns to only have them not convert on your website? It may not be your campaigns. You could have huge issues with your site that is prohibiting users to come there and do what you want them to do. I'm Nate Mendenhall, and I'm going to talk about 11 reasons why your website speed is killing your social media marketing results. Now, I know I just said I have 11 reasons, and that sounds like a lot, but stick with me. This stuff is very, very important when it comes to generating results. Number one, due to a recent study, 85% of websites reviewed failed Google's speed test, which means they didn't load quicker than 5 seconds. That's not good. A huge majority of us out there have really slow websites, which consumers don't like. Number two, page size has doubled over the last 3 years and connection speeds have stayed the same. That means web pages are heavier and harder to load with the same kind of connection speed, so everybody needs to make sure that their web pages are light, frisky, and ready to load as quickly as possible. 3, don't sleep on mobile. A majority of social media activity takes place on mobile devices, and recent studies shows it takes up to 15 seconds for web pages to load on mobile. That's way too long. People are gonna get bored, distracted, and they're gonna bounce from your site. And that cost per click that you generated is gonna be wasted money. 4, statistically speaking, if users have to wait more than 3 seconds for a page to load, they're gonna leave. Now, if we think about social media users who have even shorter attention spans, that's not a lot of time to catch their attention and get them to leave Facebook or leave Instagram and come to your website and interact with your content. So keep that in mind. People are willing to wait roughly 3 seconds or so for that page to load. Number 5, also according to a recent study, 75% of shoppers said they're willing to patiently wait up to 4 seconds for a website to load. They're lying. Behavioral data showed that they were out in 3 seconds. So make sure that you're tracking that site load speed and aim for that 3-second mark. 6, are your online shoppers primarily Android users? Statistically speaking, they're a little bit more patient than iOS users, self-reporting that they're willing to wait up to 13 seconds for a page to load. I think they're also lying. 7, amazingly, 70% of shoppers say how fast a website loads affects their willingness to make a purchase. So, makes sense, right? Make sure your web page is light, it's frisky, it's ready to load quickly, and that will be more likely to convert users. 36% of users are less likely to return to a website that had slow page load speeds. Think about what that speaks to your product and your brand if your page is slow to load. It doesn't speak for high quality, right? So if a consumer has a first interaction with your website and it's slow to load, you may have just lost that user. 9, while we love pretty visuals, fun images, GIFs, and video, almost half of online shoppers said they would give all of those up if they knew that the website they were trying to visit would load quickly. Keep this in mind when trying to spice up your web pages. Everyone loves that stuff, but if it's slow on your pages down, it may not be worth it in the long run. 10, 50% of people recently surveyed said that they would attempt to reload a page if it was taking longer than 3 seconds for that page to load. Oddly enough, 33% said they would immediately close that and visit a competitor's site. So, what does that mean? If your page is taking a while to load, not only may you lose that consumer, but you may lose them to your competitor. So, step up your game when it comes to site speed. 11, last and certainly not least, 81% of marketers recently surveyed about page site speed said that it's super important to them, but a small fraction of them were actively optimizing against it to improve it. So what does that mean? Essentially, we're talking about the quick and the dead when it comes to how site speed impacts social media marketing results. Social media users notoriously have short attention spans. If your web pages are taking a long time to load, you will lose those opportunities. So what can you do? If your website is heavy, takes a little bit longer to load, but it's for an intended purpose, like you have big visuals or videos, consider making dedicated landing pages for social media traffic that are quick, frisky, and are ready to load for users so that way you don't lose those opportunities. And then of course, you can place pixels, retarget them, create lookalike audiences, and all that magic that happens with social media marketing. So if you've made it this far, thank you. I know 11 is kind of a long number for lists, but I feel like all of this information is super relevant and very important when we're trying to solve that message or that question about social media ROI. So your campaigns may actually be performing very well, but your website is letting you down. Look at your page site speed, optimize against it. If you need help, currently on our website right now, we have a tool to inspect your site and we're happy to do it for you. We want you to win and we're here for you. I'm Nate Mendenhall. This has been another great video by That Agency. If you have questions, please visit our site, connect with us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, all that good stuff. We'll see you next time. Thanks.